Recent national data gives Saskatchewan top marks in Canada for food production. Gerard Lampow finds out where the province did well and what needs to be improved.
It shows that a lot of the work that the industry's been putting into growing the sector has been, yielding some dividends here.
In terms of Saskatchewan, you have 4 A's and 1 B, versus, for instance, Alberta has 1 A, 1 B, and 3 C's.
The Centre for Food and the Conference Board of Canada recently released its second report looking at the country's food strategy. While the first report compared Canada to other developed countries, the second report compared the provinces in the following categories: industry prosperity, healthy food and diets, food safety, household food security, and environmental sustainability. The report shows Saskatchewan leads the country in several categories, including farm profitability, food manufacturing, and safety.
Return on assets, so that's a measure of profitability. It's higher in Saskatchewan than it is for other farms in other provinces. You do really well through support programs. You require less support from the government, so you take on more business risk, and you perform better on the business side, so that's really good.
Liv Ali, who is based in Ottawa, says Saskatchewan has a lot of land under agriculture. Prime farmland twinned with capital results in value creation. There's also growth in food manufacturing in terms of value added, and he sings the praises of the cash crop.
Tremendous crushing industry now with canola, for instance. Fantastic story. Great food innovation story. It should be told more often across Canada.
Overall, Saskatchewan scores 10 A's and 5 B's out of 17 categories. It gets a B in health. The province gets 2 D's in a farm solvency ratio or debt and per capita grocery sales. On the downside, there's overconsumption leading to obesity and waste. Iron and calcium intake is also low.
Sodium intake, it's among the highest in the country in Saskatchewan. You've got also added sugar, among the highest in intake in the country.
Some of that goes to our manufacturing sector, and a lot of that is more of a general effort that's being put forward by government, not just the Ministry of Agriculture.
There are also air quality issues around particulate matter connected to livestock production, and farms also need more environmental planning. So while there's work to do, Saskatchewan officials are relishing topping the country in food production. Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
A tragic incident in Lashburn last month has left a couple without a home, and now the community is rallying to show their support. Jason and Amanda Reese were also severely burned in the house fire and are recovering in the burn unit of an Edmonton hospital. Now their story has inspired a local business to give back.
It kind of came about because we saw that GoFundMe page that was started for them, so we decided that we would help out as well in regards to raising funds for the family, as they lost a lot in the fire.
The fitness studio is set up to take donations by way of attending a class that benefits both the participants and the couple.
So we thought a yoga class was a perfect way, because yoga really means unity in a sense too, right?
The money raised will go directly to the couple. The Wounded Warriors weekend is quickly approaching, and organizers say while everything is coming together nicely, they're still looking for volunteers.
Whether it's helping with the fishing at Loon Lake that's going on, or the different activities around the community here, or helping out with cooking breakfasts and stuff like that. We're looking for vans right now with drivers that can just shuttle people around the community.
Dixon says the veterans will start rolling in at around 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, and the main convoy will arrive by 8. If you would like to volunteer, contact the Legion. Well, here at home, Lloydminster RCMP are looking for the public's help to identify the individuals responsible for vandalizing areas of Bud Miller Park over the weekend. The damage has since been dealt with after multiple locations at the park were subject to a trail of damage during the early hours of Sunday, July 23rd.
Spray painting on the tennis building itself, some park benches, the sundial itself, a few other different items had been spray painted. This is something that we have an active investigation going into.
A bulldozer parked near the construction site of the new tennis courts was also damaged. The city received backlash from residents due to the high price tag of over $200,000 to build the new courts.
It is something that, there would have been some thought behind. So another reason why we want to find the individuals that are responsible for this.
If you have any information regarding these acts of vandalism, you're asked to call the RCMP. Saskatchewan residents in the border city who received property damage from a rainstorm in early June are now able to apply for disaster relief. The downpour on June 9th caused water damage to many homes and businesses.
For now, it's just the Saskatchewan residents of Lloydminster, and they can visit our website. The application form is on there, or they can visit lloydminster.ca/rainfall, and the form is on there as well to fill out, and then send it directly to the Saskatchewan Provincial Disaster Assistance Program.
Residents will need to send in a letter from their insurance company and the details of what their insurance will or will not be covering along with their application.
If it's small businesses, they'll need to send in documentation showing their gross income. And if it's a nonprofit, charity organization, something like that, they'll need to send in their nonprofit registration number.
The city is still waiting to hear if those living on the Alberta side can apply for disaster assistance.
This is Newcap Sports.
Senior rugby is always a tough draw for both men and women. Let's face it, after college, people work full-time, get married, start families, making contact sports obsolete. But as Lance Phillips found out, the Cold Lake Penguins Rugby Club is working on an initiative aimed at improving their numbers years down the road.
A rookie, by definition, is a member of an athletic team in his or her first full season. And in the case of the Cold Lake Penguins, their rookies aren't what you'd expect. Rookie Rugby is a program built to develop skills for young players of the sport. But in 2017, the Penguins expanded the program to a new age group, meaning nearly 50 kids participated in the club's recent event.
Well, it's an exciting day for Penguins Rugby. To have this many kids out, it's a fantastic turnout. We're just excited to bring the excitement of rugby to a younger age. We've had a lot of junior high and high school rugby in our community, but this is the first time we've gone as low as age 4, so it's just a blast.
You get the excitement as people get older, but you definitely don't have that enthusiasm just to be out playing with the ball that you do with little kids. So it's so encouraging to see them right now, and hopefully we can keep ushering them right through the ages and get them into our junior high programs.
If we can get kids involved in rugby early, they can see how enjoyable it is and how family friendly and how inclusive it is. With the different body types and shapes at rugby, everybody's got a position to play, and I think if we can get that out there, it's a relatively inexpensive sport. All you need is a pair of shoes and a pair of shorts.
It goes without saying that starting kids young is a great way to foster a love of anything. But that notion is critical to keeping Penguins Rugby thriving. And it's working.
They're running the exercise, the playing, the gaining friends, the confidence that they build is just worth every little ounce of it.
Like really important because then like rugby has a future in Cold Lake for them. They join and then once we get more and more kids.
It's that little bit of a hook early on. Unfortunately, there's no exposure in the media really. So what usually happens is when we get kids that young, it's their parents that are forcing them out the door, because both my kids have been told if they don't play rugby, they've got to find another place to live. It's just that simple.
Of course, the event isn't possible without the help of volunteers, but not just any volunteers. People whose enthusiasm and love of the sport rubs off on its most important recruits.
What was your favorite part about today?
When we were playing rugby.
Yeah, what about it did you like?
When we were trying to take the ball and our team was kind of winning.
And I love kids. I used to be a school resource officer with the MD of Bonnyville as a peace officer, and I just love kids. They're the energy, and it's like herding cats, but it's so rewarding to watch them get involved, and even just a little bit of catching on and having some fun today. So
We have a tremendous group of volunteers. We have our Penguins volunteers. We also have some of our youth rugby players and high school rugby players from my high school team and some of my coaches from my program, and they have provided an invaluable amount of support for this program to make this day a success.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Cold Lake.
The end of July brings with it thoughts of hockey camps and provincial baseball finals, the latter taking place this past weekend in the form of Pee Wee AA Tier 3 finals. The 8-team provincial championship is the last chance at Pee Wee glory, but it doesn't come easy. It takes just the right composition and a bit of luck for teams to find themselves in the last day of play.
Getting ready to balancing their pitching rosters and put forth a good performance and try to push through to get into Championship Sunday.
Unfortunately for the Twins, one run is all that separated them from the finals. The finals featuring 17 runs between the Battleford's Beavers and the Saskatoon Athletics, the former winning the provincial championship 15-2 in 4 innings.
Our biggest success was our pitching and our contributions from the top to the bottom of the lineup. The bottom half of our lineup really contributed lots, which is a real bonus for any team, and all the boys did good.
We hit the ball pretty good and played defense pretty good, so we did everything we needed to do.
It was a big win for a team finishing the regular season 9-3 and rolling through the provincial of Fent undefeated.
Well, it's everything to the boys. That's what they played for in the last couple months. That's what we practiced for, and that's what they're looking for.
It was awesome. It was a team effort, so it was everybody, so it was fun.